Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We wanted to thank you again for jumping on this live masterclass where we're going to show you how to become profitable within the foreign exchange market. Now, we hope you got a lot of value already from the 5 videos released on the Facebook page and also from the ebook, which we put in a lot of care and thought into just because we wanted to be real with you guys on how we're making money within these markets. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so my goal at the end of this in the next 30 to 35 minutes is to show you the blueprint of how to achieve success in the foreign exchange market. Now, guys, if you follow this correctly and be consistent, you can achieve financial freedom. So before I kind of go into this, I just wanted to make some house rules. The reason why is because the information we're about to present to you will seriously change your life. Now, if you've got any mobile phones on you, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, if you have LinkedIn open, or even if you have children in the room, please just put them to the side for the 30 to 35 minutes of this presentation, and I promise you it will seriously impact your life. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, who exactly am I and why the hell should you be listening to me in the first place? My name is Anish Vyas and I'm 23 years old now in my second year of a business and economics degree. Now, growing up, I wasn't exactly the most popular kid in school. Neither have I been extremely intelligent at maths or any other subject. Now, my parents have been running a convenience store in a small town in the UK for around 19 years now. And during a majority of this time, I've been raised by my grandparents. Now, why is this? Well, my parents never really had any time to give to me as a kid. And even now, because they've been working so hard, doing long hours, coming back at night exhausted, and the cycle just repeats itself the next day. This has ultimately led to health issues from stress and exhaustion. And also, I just felt like they were unhappy, like they were never really quite fulfilled. Now, luckily, due to their hard work, they're in a better position now, but there was so much that they had to sacrifice. And what I realized was that I couldn't live my life like this. And I wanted to find a higher purpose for living, but also an easier way to make money without having to sacrifice my time. Now, why is this? Because time, I realize, is the most valuable commodity in life. Now, in 2008, my dad, sitting there on the right-hand side in the picture, took me to watch the first Iron Man movie. And I remember being so excited, more so that I actually got to spend time with my dad. And it sounds strange, but after that, I fell in love with Marvel and also superhero movies. And I developed this strange obsession and decided it was going to be my life purpose to help as many people as possible. My dad thought this was admirable. But to help people on a larger scale, I needed to have some money first. Now, my parents' idea of success has always been to go to school, go to college, uni, get a good job that pays a decent salary and in a well-respected profession. So I did all that. I went to uni, did biomedical science for 2 years, and after this 2 years, it was probably the lowest point I have ever reached in my life. I realized it wasn't the degree I wanted to do. I was still doing nothing towards the one purpose I felt like I wanted to do, which was to help people. And to top it all off, my parents offered to pay an entire year's of tuition fee for me, which I initially was told by a student finance company I was going to get, which wasn't the case. Now, I'm not going to lie, during this time, I kind of hit depression. But this was when my life changed. I thought I could either sit around feeling sorry for myself or go out and do something about it. So I read a few books on how I can make money, eventually came across Forex, and I made my way to a seminar which I found online. Now, at the seminar, there was a guy on stage saying you can make thousands within days of trading, which as a broke university student, I'm not going to lie, was quite appealing. But I walked away from it not having learnt much. Now, this is where I connected with Shreyas online about the strategy that he had in place in the markets and TradeHouse, which he was a part of at the time. Now, using this strategy within the last year and using the TradeHouse community around me, I've now become a profitable trader and feel a lot happier, both mentally, spiritually, and financially. And I'm just at this incredible place in life and feel like I want to help people reach that same place. So why am I telling you all this? You may be thinking to yourself, well, this guy seems really successful. He knows what he's doing. Well, it comes back to what I said about my drive to help yourself and other people achieve the same success but even faster by avoiding the mistakes I first made. So like I said, I've taken the beating, so you don't really have to. I've lost lots of money when trading, blown several accounts when I started off, and I followed the wrong advice and wrong coaches. And to be honest with you, to begin with, I found the process a little bit difficult. I didn't have much guidance to go on, and a lot of the information I was looking at was just online. And another thing that comes into factor is the time that you have. So being a university student, I'm at university from around 9 to 5, and I felt like I never really had the time to get this stuff going until I learned that it's not about how much time you have, it's about the level of information you've received so you can maximize that time. So like I said, guys, the good news is you don't have to go over all the hurdles that I did. You can just follow the blueprints we have here today. Now, I want you to not only think about what you want in life, but why you want it. It's really important because our why is a determining factor of how we can stay in the game for the long haul. Now, freedom, time, and family are all concepts that come to mind personally. The ability to do what you want when you want to. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. To take that first step, no matter how scared you are, and think, I'm really going to do this. My father once said to me, Anish, what is the most valuable currency in the world? And it's not money, it's time. Money you can get back at any point, but time spent with family, with hobbies, on our business or on our craft, it's something you don't get back. So, we all get 24 hours, but how do we maximize these hours? Okay, guys, now I've got a question for yourself. I just want you to close your eyes for a second, really think and imagine. How would it feel to spend more time with your friends and family, completely unrestricted, wherever you wanted? How would it feel to create a different source of income using only your smartphone? Guys, we use these devices every single day. How convenient would it be just to pick your phone out of your pocket and make a bit of money right there, right now? And how would it feel like to make money whilst you sleep? This is a concept I want you to note down. It's called passive income. Guys, if you're making money whilst you sleep, you will never have to work a day in your life again. Okay, so the 3 steps. Now let's go straight into it. The first one is setting up your trading journal to succeed. Step number 2, developing a bulletproof mindset with a few simple tips we're going to give you here today. Step 3 is implementing a proven trading strategy. Now you may be thinking, well, just skip to number 3. I just want to know the how, nothing else. What you don't realize is that the 2 things that come beforehand are pivotal to having any success in this market. Just a little something for you to think about while you're watching this, guys. If I gave you the option, which one do you want to be? You can be at work, pulling your hair out, thinking about how to pay the next bill, or food at university. Or you can be like the picture on the right-hand side, living your dream, which is possible, and being relaxed and happy. Guys, so step 1, our trading journal. And this is something that I had to get to grips with when I first started trading as well. It's not something that I like doing, but it is something that will excel your results to another level. Now, why journal is so important is that it's not just for you to review your successes, but review your failures and your habits. All these things are key and really important for you to succeed. Remember, we learn more from our failures and losses than we can ever learn from winning. One of my favorite quotes is by Albert Einstein, who said, doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity. And what a trading journal will allow you to do is identify the mistakes you're making over and over again in trading and take them out of your game. If you see any successful business, they all do the same thing. And treating this like a real business will allow you to succeed. Guys, this is just to give you a really simple visual image of a journal if you're still confused. We start with an opening balance and then we see how that grows incrementally over time. So it could be a 10% or 5% growth. And when you join TradeHouse, we actually give you a detailed trading journal. So there's no need to worry about how you're going to create one. So how do you develop the right mindset? I've broken it down into 3 elements. Having realistic expectations, understanding the meaning of patience, and having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Now, when we talk about realistic expectations, you've all probably heard the story of the hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady wins a race, and it's the same in the markets. You know, even a degree that you do at university, it takes 4 or 5 years to achieve, depending on what you're doing. Apple didn't happen overnight, or Jeff Bezos didn't make Amazon happen straight away. So you have to give yourself time, guys. You can't make 1 million within one night in this market. I'm not going to promise you that. And you can't make hundreds and thousands. You could potentially, but in the long term, you want slow and consistent gains. That's how you win in the markets. Step number 2, understanding the meaning of patience. You have to learn the basics and fundamentals to be successful. It all comes down to putting the groundwork down, which may take a little bit of time. Now, let's say you put down $5,000 into your savings account. Now, traditionally, a bank's only going to give you in between 1% and 3% back on that. In trading, even if you can make just 6% of your account size back in a month, I'm sure you can do the numbers. That's a hell of a lot more than a bank is going to give you in interest. But you have to have that patience. Now, step number 3, guys, comes down to having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. We've all gone through life experiencing self-limiting beliefs, and it's taught in education. It's taught by some parents. So I don't blame you guys. You know, I was like this when I first started off, and it's very hard to change your mindset. But here at TradeHouse, we give you that training in terms of changing your mindset from one that is a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. We want you to embrace growth and realize that Rome wasn't built in one day, guys, and neither will you. But if you take those little steps now, I guarantee you, just like I have within the last year, you will be at a much higher level in thinking and a much higher level in terms of what you believe that you can do within the next 3 to 5 years' time. So guys, the last step, the final step, step 3 is the trading strategy. And before we kind of get into this, it's important to determine what type of trader you are. Loads of people jump into the markets without really having a plan. So the first type of trader is a scalper. They only hold trades for a few seconds to minutes at the most, and their objective is to grab as many pips as possible as they can in the busiest times of the day. Now, the day traders, they usually pick a side at the beginning of the day. So they have a bias and then finish the day with either a profit or a loss. And they don't tend to hold their trades overnight. Swing traders are people who like to hold on to trades for several days at a time, and they monitor their charts throughout the day so that they can get a feel for the market, and overnight they start to make their decisions. The fourth type of trader, and the final one, is position traders. Now, these guys hold on to positions for several weeks, months, or even years, and they take a more long-term view of the market. So step 2 and 3, guys, are determining your risk and defining entries and exits. Now, it's important you define how much you're willing to risk on each trade before you actually enter the trade. You need to think about how much you can potentially lose before you can win. It's better to make gains on a regular basis that are a bit smaller than try and be a millionaire overnight. Now, entries and exits are something that we'll teach you more in detail when you join TradeHouse. Finally, guys, I just wanted to talk to you about some people who have already changed their life for the better, not only financially, but emotionally and spiritually too, from joining this community and following our mentorship. Now, on the left-hand side, we have Josh being in the world of properties and property management, looking after different properties and companies. He realized that he needed a different way of making money and that what he was doing was way too time-consuming. Josh wanted more from himself and progressed into a successful trader in a very short amount of time. Because of that hunger and discipline I was talking about, he had to follow the blueprint and materials we provided him with to become profitable. Now, on the right-hand side, we got a very special guy, Adnan Hussein. Really cool story about him, father of 4 kids now. So you can imagine how busy that keeps you, a loving wife. He's also successful in property and being in a takeaway business as well. So a traditional business owner who thought he wants to work for himself now because he was tired of working for a manager, tired of doing the 9 to 5. But he quickly became a slave within his own business. And I'm sure his story could resonate to a lot of people there at home. To be honest, he was looking for more ways to make money. He Googled, he YouTubed, and came across my content online and on Facebook. And within a short period of time, Adnan is now able to spend more time with his kids and wife. now feels more happy and fulfilled. And this is ultimately why I do this, guys. I want to help more people experience that same feeling in life. So guys, as a bonus for jumping on this masterclass, I wanted to do something really special for you guys. So I managed to get a gentleman named Donovan Thompson to come on and speak to you guys about his journey. Now, this guy has been my personal mentor since I started with TradeHouse. He's been an incredible person in my life and in many other people's lives as well. He's helped transform them into the individuals they are today. And this guy's made multiple 6 and 7 figures in trading. So it's someone you want to be listening to, keen ears. And Donovan, please take it away.
Hey guys, my name is Donovan. I'm excited about having you guys at this portion of the training. You've completed the masterclass, and now I want to show you how to make money in the foreign exchange market by actually going to the real markets. Now, why should you listen to me? Because I failed enough so that you don't have to. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, guys. My name is Donovan Thompson. I'm a top trader in the DFW TradeHouse. I'm a top trader in the UK TradeHouse, guys, and I've been trading for over 4 years. Listen, I didn't get started trading. Trading was not my background. I had no clue what foreign exchange trading was a few years ago. But I happened to be in a print shop one day, minding my own business, and I overheard this guy on his telephone talking to somebody. And I heard him say this, and listen to me well. He said, listen, I don't know what they're talking about, but what I do know is this. I know they're teaching people how to turn one penny, one US penny, into $5 US. And guys, that got my attention. So I walked out of line, stepped out of line, and I followed the guy from one end of the print shop to the other end of the print shop. And as soon as he hung up the telephone, I pointed at him and I said, listen, as long as it's legal, I'm in. And so that's why I'm here today, guys, because I made a decision to be in. What I'm excited to talk to you about today, folks, is something that has changed my life forever. You see, I have 2 degrees, guys. I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And I never thought in a million years that I would be doing this type of stuff. I worked for a Fortune 500 company for a number of years, climbed my way up the corporate ladder, got to a place where I was a mid-level manager, had over 60 stores that I was responsible for, over 300 employees. And guys, I bust my butt every day to try to build that Fortune 500 company up. And guess what? One day I caught wind that I was one of the lowest paid people in the company doing what I was doing. Even though I had some of the best results, I realized that I had to make some changes because you don't want to miss family events. You don't want to miss weddings. You don't want to miss very important things because you're trying to build somebody else's company. What you want to do is you want to put yourself in a position to have the decision to decide whether or not you want to be at something or you don't want to be at something. So it's all about time. It's all about time. We want to help you gain back. I want to help you gain back your time because had I been still working at the Fortune 500 company, I promise you, I wouldn't have the time to do anything at all except continue to grow their company. But now I enjoy a great lifestyle with my wife. I can enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. And guys, I have freedom. And that's what's most important. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I want to show you some of the tools that's going to help you make money in the market immediately. First thing I want to do is this. I want to actually take you to a chart of the foreign exchange market. And what we're looking at is the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And let's say that you were starting trading with us at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of 2019. If you were trading with us, you would have an opportunity to catch a major move over the course of 6 simple days. What I want to do is I want to highlight for you what we call candles on the computer screen. And if you look really closely, you can see why these are called candles. They're called candles because if you look very closely, they have a body, right? And they have a wick at the top of the candle. And also they have a wick at the bottom of the candle in many cases, okay? So we call these candlesticks. Now we're looking at the USD versus the Canadian dollar chart, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar chart. So let's just say this. The green candles represent when the US dollar is strong, when the US dollar is strong. Anytime the US dollar is stronger than the Canadian dollar, the market will create green candles on my screen. However, when the Canadian dollar is stronger than the US dollar, the market will actually create red candles on my screen. Okay. You'll notice that on January the 2nd of 2019, the market made a major move to the downside. It was a major downward move, okay? So this is one day. Each candle represents one day in the market. This is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and 6 days. We're going to measure it real quick. We could have potentially made over 500 points. The market doesn't always move 500 points. So with that being said, this was a good week, let me tell you. I want to show you how you could have profited from participating in the foreign exchange market with us during this week. As a trader, you have the ability to use what's called a lot size in the foreign exchange market, okay? And the lot size is equivalent to a certain point or pip amount. If you're starting out as a trader and you don't have a very big account, you have the ability to trade with as little as $10, 10 US dollars. So let's say that you had maybe anywhere from $100 to $250 in your trading account. You would have the ability to trade what's called a micro lot size. A micro lot size is the equivalent of 1 US penny. That 1 penny in the market would be equivalent to 10 US cents. So for every point that the market goes up, for every point that the market goes down, it would be equivalent to 10 cents. So those same 500 points that moved over the course of 6 days, those is equivalent to 10 cents in the market, you would have made 50 US dollars. You essentially turn 1 penny into $50. You then have the opportunity to trade what's called a mini lot size. A mini lot size is the equivalent of 10 cents. For every point that the market goes up or every point that the market goes down, that is equivalent to $1. Let's say that we took those same 500 points, which is equivalent to $1 per point. Those 500 points would have made you 500 US dollars. And then if you have a little bit more money in your account, you have a standard lot size in your account, you have the opportunity to trade actual $1 in the market. Now that $1 is equivalent to $10. So for every point that the market moves on a standard, it's equivalent to $10. So same 500 points, equivalent to $10 per point, you would have essentially turned $1 into $5,000 over the course of 6 days. Now, what I want to do is show you some additional tools that will help you learn how to identify that the market is constantly making. The first place that you're going to start with our group is called IML Academy. IML Academy is an online education platform that gives you access to videos, trading videos that range anywhere from basic all the way to advanced, not just in the foreign exchange market, but also the cryptocurrency market. So if you want to learn about Bitcoin, if you want to learn about Litecoin, if you want to learn about Ethereum, why is this information important? It's important because everybody needs a solid foundation to learn how to trade. And this is where you're going to get your foundation at when it comes to trading. You will have the opportunity to start developing your own trading plan by taking advantage of the courses in the IML Academy. When to buy, when to sell, what is a pip, what is a lot size. I'll let you listen to one of the videos. So let's take a listen real quick.
Welcome back to the IML Academy. In this video, we're going to discuss what are pending orders and expect the market to go up and make money, or we can put in a sell market execution where we're expecting the market to sell off immediately to start making money.
That was a pending order video about how to set pending orders and why you would set pending orders. So we have the 100 series, and we have the 200 series, and even the 300 series of courses inside of our IML Academy. So now that we've taken a look at the IML Academy and taken a look at some of the great videos that we have to offer and how you can learn the basic information and the language of foreign exchange trading, let's take a look at our IML TV. The IML TV platform allows you to watch real live trainers from all across the world. As you can see on the screen here, we have trainers that teach in multiple languages. One of the places that I like to go is the Forex Advanced section. What I like to do now is take a look at Zachary Hogan and Jordan Morgan. These guys are a part of the TradeHouse. These are live educators that you'll have access to by plugging into our platform. Let's take a look at one of the recorded sessions. All of their sessions are recorded, so you have an opportunity to go back and actually watch these sessions and learn how to trade in the foreign exchange market.
Right, but you can go on the hour, you can do the 4 hour. It's just, where can you see it? Like, where do you really see this information at? Right, and you want to have a reason on why. Technically, price could have kept going up forever.
Now that we've taken a look at IML Academy, and now that we've taken a look at IML TV, the last thing that I want to talk to you about is called the IML Harmonic Scanner. The Harmonic Scanner is a tool that gives you the ability to identify reversal patterns, trading opportunities in the market. If you look really, really closely, you'll notice that this tool not only tells you where the market is going, in other words, is it going to be a buying opportunity or a selling opportunity, but it also gives you the entry price. Where should you enter into the market? Okay. It also gives you the take profit, where you should take your money at. And it also gives you the risk level. If you look over to the left-hand side on the harmonic scanner, you should see all the brokers we have an opportunity to take a look at when it comes to trading. This tool is scanning the market every 45 seconds, looking for a harmonic pattern so that you and I have an opportunity to trade it. Here's another harmonic pattern. This is actually a selling opportunity. Again, the first question you should be asking yourself is, where is the D point on the pattern? That means that this is a sale. This tool gives you the entry price. You can see the entry price there. It gives you the take profit, where you should be taking your money at, and it also gives you the stop loss or the risk that is in place. The risk, you get to decide your risk that you want to put in. And this actually looks like a pretty good trading opportunity. I think I'm going to take it. Now that you've had the opportunity to take a look at the IML Academy, the IML TV, and the IML Harmonic Scanner, I hope that you guys see the value that we're bringing to the table because of the tools we're giving you access. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is what's called our 10 pips a day daily growth plan. 10 pips, 10 points a day daily growth plan. Why is this so important? Because this is a guide that gives you a breakdown of how you should be trading on a daily basis. What is your risk level? How many pips you should be focusing on per trade? With this tool, your focus is simply to get 5 points per trade. We are encouraging you to focus on 2 trades a day. That means that your target for the day is only 10 points per day. 10 points, and that's it. You're done trading for the whole entire day. So let's take a look at this and see how powerful this tool is. Let's say that you started your trading account with just $100. That's not very much money at all. Your goal is a 10% daily growth strategy. On day one, you're going to use a lot size of 10 cents. That's a micro. That's $1 per point. You're focusing on 5 points, and that's it. You take 2 trades for the day. At the end of the day, you should have earned $10. Day number 2, 11-cent lot sizes. That's $1.10 per pip. After you gain your 10 pips, taking 2 trades at just 5 points apiece, you should have grown your account by $11. I want you to imagine that you got started with us today and think about 6 months from now. 6 months from now, following our 10 pip strategy plan, you could potentially have a 5-figure trading account after 6 months. This tool says over $30,000. Now, guys, past profits don't guarantee future results. But what I want you to understand is this. You have the strategy. You have the tools. You have the support system. Worst case situation, what if after 6 months, you don't actually have $30,000 in your account? You have half of that $30,000. Worst case, you have $10,000 in your trading account. That would be absolutely amazing. That's going to pay for that wedding. That's going to pay for that vacation. That's going to pay for that new boat. That's going to pay for your college fund for your kid. That extra money could change everything for you. And you now have a plan to do the same thing over again, except it won't take you 6 months to do it. Whenever I got started 4 years ago, I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know what to expect. We want to see you win. We want to help you win. And we want to help you achieve the goals and dreams that you've been thinking. God bless you guys, and let's change our lives together. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Donovan, for your kind words. It's always a pleasure to get you on these calls, and I'm sure these guys appreciate it a lot as well. I hope you have a great day. Now, guys, just to recap the 3 important steps to becoming a profitable trader. Now, we've covered all of these by now, and I'm sure you've taken a lot of value from it, and I hope you've written notes down. So number 1 was having a trading journal in order to succeed. Guys, this is absolutely crucial. Number 2, developing your mindset. Remember, we want to focus on a growth mindset. And number 3, implementing a proven trading strategy, which we provide here at TradeHouse. So by this point, I'm sure you guys are wondering, what is it that you are actually going to get? Now, we came up with a video series, which is a step-by-step of Forex tutorials from beginner all the way to advanced. It consists of 40 plus videos where anyone can get in and start learning the basics of trading. For example, explaining to you even further what is Forex, how to trade it, and when to get in and out of the markets. That's worth $1,000. The second thing that Donovan mentioned is the harmonic scanner, which is a software, a platform in place, which scans the markets, giving you trade opportunities in real time and giving you exit and entry points. Now, guys, this is a done-for-you system, and it's also worth $1,000. The third thing is my personal favorite and an absolute goldmine. Now, why do I say this? Because you know I love Netflix as much as the next person. And with Netflix, you got comedy, you got romance, action, different categories. Now, the difference here in IML TV that Donovan has mentioned is that we've got live educators all around the world, just like Jordan Morgan, that teach you how to become successful in the foreign exchange market. So that's worth around $2,000. Fourth, we have our Facebook group for TradeHouse. So we have a Facebook group, WhatsApp, and even a Telegram group where we interact as a community and give you tips and strategies on how to become profitable. That's worth about $500. The last thing is the signals, where essentially you get our outlook on the market, where the top traders will send signals to your phone or email on a daily basis for trades you can take. Now, the very last thing is a complete bonus, which is the one-to-one coaching. Now, this is priceless. And why do I say that? Well, my mentor said to me when I first started that a one-to-one coaching can save you 10 years worth of pain and struggle. If you look at anyone who's successful in what they do, they're the best because they learned from the best. Now, guys, as you can imagine, for all of this, we could charge you $5,000 plus, like it was charged to me ridiculously at that Forex seminar. But in reality, we know a lot of people struggle. Like me, you still may be in university, so we don't want to charge you loads and loads of money. Now, for this reason, guys, I'm happy to say myself and many of the TradeHouse educators have gotten together a really special offer for everyone watching this masterclass. Initially, we're only going to ask for $500 and then $165 per month going onwards. Now, the $165 per month, you may be asking, what's it for? It's for the one-to-one coaching, the mentorship daily, all the services you've seen on this masterclass, including IML TV, all the educational videos, and most importantly, the community of like-minded people around the world who are there to help and serve you reach your financial goals and becoming profitable within the trading industry. I just want you now to reflect on your why. Remember, with anything in life, you can be successful, including trading, but you need to have a strong enough reason in your mind when you wake up in the morning to really give you that drive to commit fully. So finally, you're probably wondering how you can go about working with me. I know a lot of people watching here are thinking, right, I want to get involved. Now, what's the next step? The thing is, we've only got 10 spaces available. Why? Because we want to work with people one-to-one. Second of all, we want the best value for money for yourself. Now, we've got 5 requirements. The first thing is someone who's coachable and willing to take the proven steps to do whatever it takes to reach your financial goals. Second of all, we want people to have at least $500 and not be afraid to invest in themselves. You know, my mentor first mentioned to me when I started trading that formal education makes you a living. Self-education makes you a fortune. Hence the reason why it's so important investing in yourself for your development and for your growth. The third thing is we want people to have a no excuses mentality and a mindset that you're willing to do whatever it takes. Fourth and fifth is the idea that you have a growth aspect or mindset and you understand that growth can be painful, growth can be messy, but in the end, it's so rewarding. Now, if you're ready to commit and want to be part of my team, hit the button down below which says start working with me. And after you've applied, get in touch with me through Instagram and Facebook, and we'll get you started on your trading journey. That being said, thanks once again for jumping on this masterclass. I can't wait to work with you wherever you are around the world. Have a great afternoon, great morning, and great evening. Take care, guys.